I'm Frank Caruso, producer of Oregon Life, and it's that time of year where we go back and look at some episodes and then start a new year in January of brand new episodes of Oregon Life. 2022 was an amazing year. I met some wonderful people in and around the community, and I'm proud to just show some little excerpts from some of the episodes that we produced, and a little outtakes, and down below will be the link to their full episodes. This first episode, segment of this episode, Alisyn is the reporter for the Oregon Observer. She's passionate about telling stories and getting both sides of the story. She came into with the Oregon Observer. She had worked at another paper. She's got a very diverse background in writing, and she really wants to tell a story, and she has a deep passion for that. And I hope you watch her full interview. But here's a little excerpt from her interview. Enjoy this.
My sophomore year of college, I had an internship with the Tomahawk Leader. Tomahawk's like a town 3 hours north of here. It was a really small paper, family owned for its entire existence. And Kathy Tobin and her husband Larry Tobin, who owned the paper, you know, were thinking about retiring, and they weren't sure who the paper should go to. And that was like 2 weeks into my internship with them. They decided to sell to a larger company, Multimedia Channels, who had bought up a bunch of papers in the northern Wisconsin area. And so I kind of had a firsthand look at the transition where newspapers, you know, they were all of a sudden being bought up by these people, or being shut down. Eventually the Tomahawk Leader office did shut down just because of costs. And this was before I had really decided to pursue journalism professionally. Like, I hadn't applied to the J School yet. It was kind of just on my mind, and I wanted to try it. And I was a little scared, you know, this big company coming in 2 weeks into my internship and kind of, you know, taking over the run of things, people getting laid off that weren't necessarily like needed anymore because of costs. It was a little scary to think that I was heading into a career that I wouldn't necessarily have a lot of stability in the future. But I think that journalism is so essential, and no matter, you know, whether it's coming out in print or it's coming out digital, it's important to remember that journalists are putting out news, and they're the main form of communication for their community. And I wish that profit and cost didn't have like as big of an impact as they do, but I guess that's the reality of the situation. But I still feel, you know, really passionate about being that person for a community, and the cost and how much I'll be making doesn't really matter to me because it's what I'm passionate about.
Mark Mortensen is the founder of All Color Powder here in Oregon. It's one of the largest employers, and spending some time with Mark and walking around the plant and meeting some of the employees, Mark really talks about what built his company, and he talks about people, his employees, past and present, and he really embraces that, and they do top-tier work, and we're really proud to have his company here in Oregon. Now, he does a lot of this powder coating. I was focusing on the iconic chairs here in Wisconsin that are made for the University of Wisconsin. And next year, we're going to see how those chairs are put together at Wisco Industries, another great employer here in Oregon. So enjoy this episode with Mark Mortensen.
Hello, I'm Mark Mortensen, president and founder of All Color Powder Coating in Oregon here. I think the thing that I'm probably most proud of here is the people that we've had over the years, both past and present. It's not so much me that has made this business work, but the people that have worked here over the years. We started in Oregon in 1996. in a rented building over on Main Street. We put our first building up here on this site down on Burr Oak in 1999 and have expanded 4 times since. Do a lot of powder coating, job shop powder coating for customers in the Dane County region, southern Wisconsin region. Powder coating is an environmentally friendly way of painting. We use a finely ground powder, which is basically plastic resins and pigments that we spray onto a grounded part. Although you can use powders on different substrates, the primary use is on metal substrates to prevent them from rust and corrosion. Powder is just much more durable than your liquid paints that are common and have been common. Powder has been increasing in popularity over the last 20 years, for sure. And you see a lot more powder out there now than you do liquid coatings. The process for powder coating involves taking the completed part, the metal part, washing it, getting it dry, and then electrostatically applying the powder. Basically, the powder gets charged with an electrode at the end of a gun, similar to you'd see with your liquid painting, and forms a cloud of powder that's got a static charge to it. As that metal part goes through that cloud of powder, the powder sticks to the part until it's goes through an oven at 400, 425 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes and gets baked to a durable, hard finish. Once the product comes out of the oven, the powder is hard and fully cured, can be packaged and sent on its way.